welcome everyone. My name is Shafahar, digital marketing wala, and I am a level 1 student at Rehan School Islamabad campus. So even today I am calling Eri. I want to talk with her on the topic why stealing is wrong. So I am calling Eni. Hello Eni, how are you?
I'm doing great, thanks for asking. Just enjoying a cozy day. How about you? What's been happening in your world?
Okay, so today my topic is why stealing is wrong. So I'm answering about this topic, and you will give me answer. Uh, Okay, so my first question is why is stealing? What is stealing? And how do we define it legally and morally?
Great topic. Stealing is taking someone else's property without their permission. Legally, it's defined as theft, which can vary in terms of severity like petty theft vs. grand theft depending on the value of what was taken. Morally, stealing is often seen as wrong because it violates trust and the principle of respecting others' rights. It can harm people emotionally and financially. What do you think about the reasons behind why people steal?
Okay, so my next question is why stealing considered wrong in most religions and cultural? Please give me a detailed answer.
Stealing is considered wrong in most religions and cultures due to several reasons rooted in ethical, legal, and moral principles. In Christianity, for example, the commandment "Thou shalt not steal" emphasizes the importance of respecting others' property. This belief extends to other religions as well, where stealing is seen as a serious sin, violating the trust and rights of others. Legally, theft is a crime that societies have established laws against to protect individuals' property and maintain order. Most cultures have written laws that not only punish theft but also highlight the moral implications of taking something that doesn't belong to you. While some philosophical perspectives, like utilitarianism, might argue there are exceptional cases where stealing could be justified for a greater good, the general consensus across religions and cultures is that stealing causes harm, erodes trust, and disrupts social harmony. What do you think about the balance between moral beliefs and legal consequences in this context?
Yes, okay, so my next question is how does stealing affect the person who is stolen from?
Feeling affected can be profound for someone who has been stolen from. They often experience a range of emotions, such as 1. Breach of trust. They might feel betrayed, especially if the theft was by someone they knew. 2. Vulnerability. It can make them feel unsafe in their environment, questioning their security. 3. Anger and frustration. Many feel anger towards the thief and frustration over the loss. 4. Loss of control. Theft can create a sense of helplessness as they've lost something important without consent. 5. Financial stress. If the stolen item holds significant value, it can lead to financial strain. 6. Sadness or grief. Sometimes it's not just about the item but the memories or emotions attached to it. How do you think communities can support those who have been affected by theft?
Yes, okay, so my next question is can stealing or be justified in extreme situation? Explain.
That's a thought-provoking question. In extreme situations, some argue that stealing can be justified if it's for survival or to help someone in dire need. For example, taking food to feed a starving child might be seen as morally acceptable by some, even if it means stealing. Philosophical perspectives like utilitarianism might support this view, suggesting that if the act leads to a greater good, it could be justified. However, this raises ethical dilemmas. On one hand, the intention is to help, but on the other, it still violates the rights of the property owner. It can create a slippery slope where justifying theft becomes subjective. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think there are clear lines, or is it more about the context?
Yes, so my next question is what are the long term effect of stealing on society?
Great question. The long-term effects of stealing on society can be quite significant. 1. Erosion of trust. When theft becomes common, people may become more suspicious of each other, leading to a breakdown in community trust. 2. Increased security measures. Businesses and individuals may invest more in security systems, which can increase costs and create a climate of fear. 3. Economic impact. Theft can lead to financial losses for businesses, which may result in higher prices for consumers or even layoffs. 4. social inequality. If theft is prevalent, it can exacerbate existing inequalities as those with less may feel justified in stealing from those with more, perpetuating a cycle of crime. 5. Normalization of crime. Regular occurrences of theft can desensitize society, making it seem more acceptable and leading to more criminal behavior. 6. Mental health effects. Communities affected by high theft rates may experience increased anxiety and stress, impacting overall well-being. How do you think communities can work together to combat these long-term effects?
Okay, thank you very much. So my next question is how does stealing impact trust between people and communities?
You're welcome. Stealing can have a deep impact on trust in several ways. 1. Breach of trust. When someone steals, it breaks the implicit agreement that people won't harm each other. This can lead to feelings of betrayal. 2. Fear and suspicion. People may become wary of their neighbors or community members, leading to a culture of suspicion rather than cooperation. 3. Isolation. In communities where stealing is common, individuals may isolate themselves to protect their belongings, which can weaken social bonds. 4. Community cohesion. Trust is essential for community cohesion. When theft occurs, it can create divisions and conflict, undermining the sense of belonging. 5. Reputation damage. Areas known for high theft rates may develop a negative reputation, impacting relationships and interactions both within and outside the community. 6. Hesitation to help. People may be less willing to help others or engage in community activities if they fear their generosity will be taken advantage of. How do you think we can rebuild trust in communities affected by theft?
Yes, so my next question is borrowing without permission a form of stealing?
Brewing without permission from a farm can definitely be considered a form of theft, especially if the ingredients like grains or hops are taken without the owner's consent. Legally, it falls under the category of stealing since it involves taking someone else's property without permission. Morally, it raises similar concerns as other forms of theft, violating trust and the rights of the property owner. However, some might argue that if someone is using the ingredients for a community purpose or a greater good, it complicates the morality of the act. Still, it's important to respect others' rights and seek permission when using their resources. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think there are situations where it might be acceptable to use someone else's resources?
Okay, so my next question is how do children learn that stealing is wrong?
Children learn that stealing is wrong through a mix of experiences, teachings, and social interactions. 1. Parental guidance. Parents often instill values by explaining why stealing is wrong and discussing the importance of honesty and respect for others' property. 2. Role modeling. Children observe their parents' and caregivers' behaviors. If they see honesty and integrity in action, they are more likely to adopt those values. 3. Consequences. Experiencing consequences for stealing, whether through disciplinary actions or social repercussions, helps children understand the impact of their actions. 4. Storytelling. Books, movies, and stories often illustrate moral lessons about stealing, helping children grasp the concept in relatable ways. 5. Peer influence. Interactions with peers can shape values. Children learn from their friends about acceptable behavior, including the social disapproval that comes with stealing. 6. Teach empathy. Encouraging children to consider how others feel when they are stolen from helps build empathy, reinforcing the idea that stealing harms others. How do you think schools can play a role in teaching children about honesty and respect for others?
Yes, so my next question is what role does education play in preventing theft?
Education plays a crucial role in preventing theft in several ways. 1. Awareness and understanding. Schools can educate students about the consequences of theft, both for the victim and the perpetrator, fostering a deeper understanding of why stealing is wrong. 2. Social and emotional learning. Programs that teach empathy, respect, and conflict resolution help students develop the skills to navigate social situations without resorting to theft. 3. Character development. Schools can instill values like honesty, integrity, and responsibility, emphasizing the importance of respecting others' property. 4. Creating safe environments. An inclusive, supportive school culture can reduce feelings of isolation and resentment, which are sometimes linked to theft. 5. Encouraging open communication. Schools that promote open dialogue about issues like peer pressure and the temptation to steal can help students feel more comfortable discussing their challenges. 6. life skills education, teaching financial literacy and the importance of earning rather than taking can empower students to make better choices. What do you think are some effective ways schools can engage students in these discussions?
Yes, so my next question is, can stealing lead to bigger crimes in the future?
Absolutely, stealing can sometimes be a gateway to bigger crimes. Here's how our own desensitization. Engaging in theft can desensitize individuals to criminal behavior, making them more likely to commit more serious offenses later on. 2. Escalation. For some, the thrill or necessity of stealing might lead to bolder acts such as robbery or burglary, especially if they feel they can get away with it. 3. Peer influence. Individuals who steal may associate with others involved in more serious criminal activities, leading them down a path of escalating crime. 4. Financial strain. If someone steals out of desperation, they might feel compelled to commit more severe crimes to maintain a lifestyle or pay off debts. 5. Criminal networks. Small-time thieves may get involved with organized crime, where stealing is just one part of a larger criminal enterprise. 6. Legal consequences. A history of theft can lead to a criminal record, which may limit opportunities and push individuals toward more desperate measures. How do you think society can intervene to prevent this cycle from happening?
Okay, thank you very much. So my next question is, what are some examples of stealing that happen in everyday life?
You're welcome. Everyday examples of stealing can be quite varied. Here are a few common ones. 1. Shoplifting. Taking items from stores without paying for them is a frequent occurrence. 2. Theft from vehicles. Items left in cars, like bags or electronics, can be stolen if someone breaks in. 3. Burglary. Entering someone's home or property to steal possessions is a more serious form of theft. 4. Intellectual property theft. Copying someone's work, like music, art, or writing, without permission is a form of stealing that happens online. 5. Credit card fraud. Using someone else's credit card information without their consent to make purchases is increasingly common. 6. Digital piracy. Downloading movies, music, or software without paying for them is a widespread issue in the digital age. 7. Taking office supplies. Sometimes people take supplies from work for personal use, which is still considered stealing. Do any of these examples surprise you, or have you seen any of them happen in real life?
Okay, thank you very much. So my next question is, why do some people steal even when they don't need to?
Great question. There are several reasons why some people might steal even when they don't need to. 1. Thrill seeking. Some individuals might steal for the adrenaline rush or excitement it brings, treating it as a game or challenge. 2. Peer pressure. People, especially younger individuals, may feel compelled to steal to fit in with a group or impress their friends. 3. Compulsive behavior. For some, stealing can become a compulsive behavior or part of a psychological issue, where they feel an uncontrollable urge to take things. 4. Rebellion. Stealing can be a way for individuals to rebel against authority or societal norms, expressing a desire for freedom or control. 5. Low self-esteem. Some may steal to boost their self-worth or feel a sense of power even if it's temporary. 6. Desensitization to crime. If someone grows up in an environment where stealing is normalized, they may not view it as wrong regardless of their needs. 7. Social or economic factors. Sometimes people steal as a misguided way to cope with feelings of inadequacy or to fulfill a desire for material possessions. What do you think could be effective ways to address these motivations and discourage stealing?
Okay, so thank you very much. So my next question is, how do stealing affect a person's character and reputation?
You're welcome. Stealing can have a significant impact on a person's character and reputation in various ways. 1. Loss of trust. Once someone is known to have stolen, it can erode trust among friends, family, and the community. People may become cautious or distant. 2. Negative labeling. Individuals who steal may be labeled as thieves, which can stick with them and affect how others perceive them, often leading to social stigma. 3. Self-perception. Engaging in theft can alter how a person views themselves. They may struggle with guilt or shame, which can impact their self-esteem. 4. Influence on relationships. Stealing can strain relationships, as loved ones may feel betrayed or unsafe around someone who steals. 5. Career consequences. A reputation for dishonesty can hinder job prospects, as employers often seek trustworthy employees. 6. Cycle of crime. Once a person is labeled a thief, they may feel trapped in that identity, making it difficult to change their behavior and leading to further criminal activity. 7. Impact on community. A reputation for stealing can affect not just the individual but also the community, as it can create a culture of fear and distrust. How do you think individuals can rebuild their character and reputation after such experiences?
Yes, next question is how can society reduce stealing and thief rates?
It sounds like you're touching on a broader topic. When it comes to reducing stealing and theft, society can take several approaches. 1. Education and awareness. Teaching values like honesty and respect for others from a young age can help instill a sense of right and wrong. 2. Community engagement. Building strong community ties can create a sense of belonging and responsibility, making people less likely to steal from one another. 3. Support systems. Providing resources for those in need, such as food banks or job training programs, can reduce the desperation that sometimes leads to theft. 4. Restorative justice. Encouraging programs that focus on repairing harm and restoring relationships can help offenders understand the impact of their actions. 5. Effective law enforcement. Having a visible police presence and community policing can deter potential thieves. 6. Mental health support. Addressing underlying issues, like mental health or substance abuse, can help reduce the impulse to steal. 7. Encouraging positive role models. Highlighting stories of individuals who make positive choices can inspire others to follow suit. As for visas and rights, ensuring that everyone has access to fair opportunities and legal protections can also play a role in reducing crime. How do you think these elements connect to the issue of theft?
Yes, my next question is how does stealing affect a country economy?
Stealing can have a significant impact on a country's economy in several ways. 1. Loss of revenue. Theft directly affects businesses by reducing their profits, which can lead to higher prices for consumers and lower wages for employees. 2. Increased security costs. Businesses often invest more in security measures to prevent theft, which can lead to higher operational costs that may be passed on to customers. 3. Insurance premiums. Higher rates of theft can lead to increased insurance premiums for businesses, affecting their bottom line. 4. Job losses. If businesses suffer significant losses due to theft, they may have to downsize or close, leading to job losses and increased unemployment. 5. Impact on investment. High crime rates can deter both domestic and foreign investment as investors seek stable environments to grow their businesses. 6. Social services strain. Increased theft can lead to higher demands on social services as communities may need to address the underlying issues that contribute to criminal behavior. 7. Economic inequality. Theft can exacerbate economic disparities as those who steal often come from disadvantaged backgrounds, leading to a cycle of poverty and crime. How do you think communities can work together to mitigate these economic impacts?
Yes, so my next question is what message does media send about stealing?
The media plays a powerful role in shaping perceptions about stealing. Here are some messages it often conveys. 1. Normalization of crime. Movies and TV shows sometimes glamorize theft, portraying thieves as clever or heroic, which can desensitize audiences to the seriousness of the crime. 2. Consequences of crime. On the flip side, many crime dramas highlight the consequences of stealing, showing how it can lead to arrest, imprisonment, or personal downfall. 3. Social commentary. Media can raise awareness about the socio-economic factors that lead to theft, prompting discussions about poverty, inequality, and the need for community support. 4. Fear and distrust. News reports often focus on crime statistics, which can create fear and mistrust within communities, even if crime rates are declining. 5. Victim perspective. Media coverage can highlight the impact of theft on victims, fostering empathy and understanding of the harm caused by stealing. 6. Influence on behavior. The portrayal of stealing can influence behavior, especially among younger audiences who might mimic what they see as acceptable or exciting. 7. Calls for solutions. Some media outlets focus on solutions, advocating for community programs, education, and prevention strategies to reduce theft. What do you think is the most important message the media should communicate about stealing?
Yes, so my next question is what lesson can be taught through stories about stealing?
Stories about stealing can teach valuable lessons in various ways. Here are a few key lessons. 1. consequences of actions. Many stories illustrate that stealing can lead to serious consequences such as loss of trust, legal trouble, and personal regret. 2. Empathy and understanding. Stories can help readers or viewers understand the motivations behind stealing, fostering empathy for those who may feel desperate or pressured. 3. The value of honesty. Tales that emphasize the importance of honesty can encourage individuals to choose integrity over deceit, highlighting the rewards of being truthful. 4. Redemption and growth. Some stories focus on characters who steal but later seek redemption, showing that it's possible to change and make better choices. 5. Community and support. Narratives that highlight community support can demonstrate how helping one another can reduce the need for stealing, emphasizing the importance of looking out for each other. 6. Critical thinking. Stories can encourage discussions about moral dilemmas, prompting readers to think critically about right and wrong and the complexities of human behavior. 7. Importance of choices. Many narratives illustrate that we all have choices and the decisions we make can shape our lives and the lives of those around us. What kind of story about stealing do you think would resonate most with people?
Okay, thank you very much. Any of you are answering. So, viewer, this is my today call. Any, I hope that you will like it. See you in the next call. Any with new topic. Till then, Allah Hafiz, Pakistan Zindabad.